So what can you expect for battery performance from the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 11-inch? Now first, of course, Samsung does advertise up to 15 hours of use with this device, but it's going to depend on what you're going to be doing with it. Also, the highest amount of usage I achieved, if we're going by screen on time, is 7 hours and 25 minutes, which is really good, but that's only about half of what Samsung estimates. Now keep in mind, Samsung is probably using the best settings to achieve this 15 hours. For example, they probably have battery protect disabled so that they can charge the S9 11-inch to 100%, and they're probably running it all the way down to 0%. They probably have other features enabled as well, such as battery saver, and adaptive brightness is obviously going to be on. And then you have to wonder, what are they doing while they're doing this test themselves? Are they just doing internet browsing, or are they playing games? Less likely they are playing games. They're doing things that are less intensive, so it's probably more reading, maybe streaming music at the most to get that 15 hours. That being said, it is easy to get days of use out of this if you consider per charge, but that's not the same as screen on time. So for example, I could let this sit for a few days and it'll still be charged for a few days, but my screen on time is not going to be a few days. Now I'm going to say most days were close to this, with top apps being Google, the Chrome browser, Google News, anything where I was doing reading, because that's what I use the Tab S9 11-inch mostly for. We also used the Tab S9 11-inch for more labor-intensive tasks. One scenario was using the rear camera to record UHD video using the Pro Video setting in the camera. Now that's the highest recording setting for the Tab S9. It's going to be pretty good for recording, but it's not going to be as good as the flagship devices you may know of, such as the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or the Z Fold 5. And then we also did some music streaming through a service, Spotify, and that was through the quad speaker setup. Audio is very good here, and both of these tasks didn't use all that much battery. The S9 actually performed very well still. Now, if you don't know much about the S9 series, the S9 11-inch, that's the model you see here once again, it's the smallest version in the lineup. But although it is the smallest version with obviously the smallest display, it's great for cloud gaming in my opinion. It's a very good portable solution, but the display is still large enough and nice enough to get some good cloud gaming done. So all I did was pair an Xbox controller to the Tab S9, and that provided this mobile gaming setup. And I was able to play AAA titles like Starfield, which I'm a huge fan of. That's available on Xbox's Gamepass for cloud streaming, obviously. And it works really well. Performance is generally very good because all the game processing is done off device and then streamed to the device. Now, I do want to give a side note in regards to cloud gaming. I'm a big fan of cloud gaming, but I think cloud gaming is starting to become a bit too popular. I did see extended wait times to start a session, and this was with both Nvidia's GeForce Now as well as Xbox's Game Pass. And my internet is generally very good, but there are some occasional frame rate issues, some hiccups, some glitches in the visuals. But if you can get past this, again, cloud streaming works really good for devices like this. That being said, I am a big supporter of cloud gaming, but I do have to say, it's not time to get rid of dedicated hardware where you can download games and have the best performance. But this is why we have the Google Play Store, so we can download games with good graphics such as Implosion Never Lose Hope. I actually have gameplay running on the display right now of this game. And you can pair this with, again, a controller. Again, I'm running with the Xbox controller, and this will create a portable gaming solution that works very well. And again, I haven't noticed battery performance being too bad here. This device actually works very well whether you are cloud gaming or playing Android games locally. And finally, we have charging, and the Samsung Galaxy S9 11-inch took me about 1 hour and 53 minutes to charge using a 45-watt charger. Now, I did use it occasionally through the charging process, so we might be able to bump off 15 more minutes or so if it were just sitting with the display off. But that's not too bad. And again, I was able to actually use the device while it was charging, so that's not an issue for me. So that is it for today's content. As always, thanks for watching and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon, check in out.
You